The objective of this bill is to give effect to Article 188 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, the territory of Kenya is defined in Article 6 as comprising of the 47 counties that have been listed in the first schedule of the Constitution. The question has been, why do we have 47 counties and not 13 or not fewer, like Senator Khalwale has been reported as saying that we need fewer counties? Why do we have 47 counties? Mr. Speaker, when the team that was drafting the new constitution retreated in Naivasha, there was a rush to have a constitution that would be acceptable to all Kenyans. Initially, there was a formation that was in favor of counties along the lines of the existing provinces. There was a middle ground that was considering 13 counties, but then the team that carried the day is a team that convinced the committee meeting in Naivasha that we adopt the 46 districts plus Nairobi as captured in the Districts and Provinces Act of 1992. Mr. Speaker, if you ask me what the science was or what the logic was, some of the people who are in Naivasha, I think some of them are here. Senator Mugatana was in the House around that time. I hope we'll benefit from their wisdom so that they can tell us what science there was. Senator Boni Khalwale was around and was very much involved in that process. So there was no magic. We just said, okay, let's take the Districts and Provinces Act of 1992. Mr. Speaker, in 1992, Kitui had just been split, and Kitui had gotten a new district. But that new district had not been gazetted, as at the time, people were in Naivasha. And so that is why the senator for Kitui still feels that we should have a 48th county along the lines of the districts that were there then. So that's the reason why we have 47 counties. Are they economically viable? That's a completely different question. Are the boundaries natural, or they are man-made, or they've been gerrymandered to take into account certain clan or tribal issues? I guess that's still up for discussion. Where do counties begin and end? That is another vexing question. Just last week, Nyamira and Kisii, otherwise very good neighbors, they speak the same language, they have the same history. Nyamira and Kisii, people are fighting over a market in Keroka. And you ask yourself, so what does this market have to do to challenge age-old cultural ties, people who speak the same language from the same clans? And if we are not careful, we are going to lose lives. In Vihiga, between Vihiga and Kisumu, there's a big fight about Maseno. And there is no session that we have held where we have not had a petitioner from Vihiga. In fact, it keeps the Demolition Committee and the Lands Committee very busy. Issues to do with Vihiga. Makueni and Taita Taveta. Makueni and Taita Taveta are fighting over, I think there's a center called Mtitwandei. And it's driven by concerns around revenue. The governor, Makueni, wants to collect revenue in Mtitwandei. The people of Taita Taveta are saying that is historically their city, their town. Kericho Kisumu. Mr. Speaker, sometimes I fail to understand why we neighbors sometimes have to fight over issues of boundary. And yet, these are communities that have known each other even before they knew the white man. The people who live in Kisumu and the people who live in Kericho, most of them are generally Luos and members of the Kalenjin community. We knew each other before we knew the colonialists. But then issues of boundaries separate us. Isiolo and Meru, there have been issues, and it is on record that there are about 40 petitions with regards to county boundaries. Some of those petitions have come before the Senate, others have gone to the National Lands Commission, and others have found their way in court. So where county